Alright, hey everybody, it's Lethal AZ here, and sorry about this very late upload. Recently I had gone over my bandwidth, so I had to stop with the uploading, so I'm sorry about that. But we're back, and we're here with our second review of Little Deviants for the PlayStation Vita. So, without further ado, let's get reviewing. Alright, so Little Deviants for the PlayStation Vita. The storyline for this game goes a bit like this. So, the Little Deviants, the small, squashed up, rounded, gelatinous, deformed alien race, is flying across the galaxy, running away from the evil bots, an anthropomorphic robot race. In one of these chase scenes, the bots manage to shoot down the Little Deviants' ship, and they go crashing into the Who-Man planet. The bots follow them there, and resurrect all the dead Who-Men in the cemetery, creating the Dead-Uns. So basically these are the two villains, the two enemies in the game, the bots and the Dead-Uns. And basically the Little Deviants are trying to collect all their spaceship parts so that they can rebuild their spaceship and get the heck out of there. So basically that leaves the setting for this game. This game reminds me a lot of Pikmin, since with the whole spaceship collecting element and stuff. So yeah. Alright, we're gonna go into the game itself. This game is a mini-game game. Okay, that's a really bad way to put it, but that's the only way I can put it. It's a game where you play mini-games. It's like, think of it like Mario Party or something. So basically, there are 30 mini-games in all, which is actually a reasonable amount. Alright, so how is it played out? Through a story mode. But it's not really a story mode, but story mode in the sense that there are 5 worlds, and each world has 6 mini-games. Or was it 6 worlds and 5 minigames? I don't know, but there's multiple worlds with multiple minigames. And basically, you play through the minigames, and each time you beat a minigame, you unlock the next one, and the next one, and so on and so forth, until you unlock them all. So how do you unlock the next minigame? So, you play a minigame, and there are 3 scoring milestones. The bronze spaceship, the silver spaceship, and the gold spaceship. And basically these are point milestones. So let's say the bronze spaceship would be 1800 points, the silver would be 2200, and the gold would be 3300. And basically when you pass these point checkpoints, you get, well, that space part. So to beat the minigame and unlock the next one, you have to get at least bronze. So that is the lowest point value, but usually still takes a while. And yes, these minigames, to get at least to bronze, could, and most of the time does, take a while. So getting to gold actually does take a very long time sometimes. And it could get pretty repetitive if you don't like the minigame, since you have to get to at least bronze to unlock the rest. And talking about repetition, let me get into the game itself. Even though there are 30 minigames, many of the games are repeated. So for example, there is a minigame in the first world in which there is a house, and you're tapping on the back screen and the front screen, trying to tap out the bots, while at the same time trying not to hit the Little Deviants or the Who-Men. This game is redone and replayed in, I think, World 3, in which it's the exact same game, except the house is of a different structure. And they also redo this with the game Rolling Pastures in World 1, where you're basically rolling around the orange deviant using the back touchscreen, and they redo this in World 3. Well, you're doing the same thing. You know, it was World 2 when you're doing the same thing, but it's in the zombie world, it's in the Dead-On world, and you're rolling around the Pyro Little Deviant. So basically, they do repeat games a lot. A lot of the games are actually repeated games, which does get me very annoyed when you unlock a new game and you're excited to play something new, and you end up playing the exact same experience, which is kind of very annoying, but it's good for the fact that, for example, I'll use that bot tapping one. In the original game, it was just the basic game, but when they redid it, they added some stuff. It was a bit different because the structure of the house was different, so you'd have to tap in different places. And in the Rolling Pastures one, when they redid it in the Dead-On world, since the enemies were different, the experience was a little bit different. So I do praise that, but the repetition does get to you after a while. And I would say the biggest flaw in this game is the fact that there is no multiplayer. What the hell? How do you have a minigame game without multiplayer? It makes no sense. It's like the whole point of a minigame game, so you can play the minigames with your friends. I mean, like, the only multiplayer aspect to this game is that you can challenge a friend to a challenge. So that's like challenge for a higher score. Now, I guess that's okay. I mean, like, games like Unit 13 coming out in like a few weeks does the same thing, which you guys are battling for scores. So I guess that's okay. But from my experience, I haven't found anyone that's really willing to play Little Deviants challenge. So if you're trying to challenge someone on Little Deviants, good luck trying to find someone, because chances are you won't. That's a really big flaw in this game. It puts a really big limit as to what you can actually do. But I will praise this game because this game is very, very innovative. I mean, it uses all of the PlayStation Vita's features, such as the back touchscreen, the front touchscreen, the gyroscope, the tilting, and the mic. Yes, the mic. So I do praise it for that. It's very innovative, and the game doesn't use the buttons at all. But the games that use the back touchscreen, mostly the rolling pasture ones, the one where you're rolling a deviant by deforming the landscape using the back touchscreen, those games can feel very, very, very awkward. Some of the times when you're playing, you're trying to roll your deviant around, you end up going in the wrong way. I don't know, the ones that use the back touchscreen are just very, very awkward sometimes, especially when you're stuck in a corner and you're trying to get your deviant out. It's not that it's unresponsive, it's just that it's hard to explain, but when you try playing it yourself, you'll realize how awkward the controller really is. And to be honest, it has to be one of my least favorite minigames, just because it just feels so weird. It just doesn't feel fun to play. But other than that, I will say this is a pretty fun game. It's a great way to relax. I mean, after like training hours upon hours on Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom, and I just really want a break, I just pop in Little Deviants and play for like a while. It's a really fun experience, I will give it that. And it has tons, and when I say tons, I mean tons of trophies. So if you're a trophy whore, and if you like trophies like me, you gotta get this game, because this game's got tons of them. I've said tons a lot because there's a lot of trophies in this game. Alright, what else can I say about this game? So, Little Deviants was in the first edition bundle, and so yeah, it came with the first edition bundle. So I guess to first edition bundle owners like myself, who got the first edition bundle and left Little Deviants on the shelf, should you leave it on the shelf or should you give it some playtime? The answer is yes. You should definitely pop the game into your Vita and give it a few hours of gameplay, because this is definitely not a bad game. This is definitely a fun game to play every once in a while, every now and then. So definitely, if you have it with the first edition bundle, definitely give it a try and definitely play it. If you got your Vita on launch day, should you go out of your way to buy this game specifically for $30, $29.99? To be honest, I really can't suggest buying this game. But if you are into mini games, then definitely get this game, because this is definitely a fun game. So it's up to you, but I personally wouldn't suggest getting it, going out of your way to specifically get this game. But I guess if you're into this stuff and you think if it looks fun to you, then go get it. By all means, go get it, because it's definitely a good game. It's definitely a good game, but it's far, far from perfect. Alright, so my final verdict for Little Deviants for the PlayStation Vita, it's gonna get a 3.5 out of 5. Thanks for watching this review, everybody. Please rate, subscribe, comment. Hopefully my microphone is better for this one, because I fixed it recently. And oh yeah, by the way, sorry for this very, very late upload. Sorry again for this late upload, because my bandwidth has gone over, so I had to wait until my bandwidth term was renewed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you all later.